Hey everyone, welcome to another session on big data technologies. In today's session of Introduction to Talend, we will first look at the basics of Talend, where is it being used, its competition, and other aspects related to Talend in general. And then we will install it on our Windows system and possibly do a very quick demo of a small program that does something, maybe a transformation from one CSV file into another format or something like that. And we will wrap it up. But in future sessions, we will certainly look at plenty of other details related to Talend. Talend is a software vendor specializing in big data integration. Talent provides software and services in the areas of big data, cloud, integration, master data management, data quality, enterprise application integration, etc. Let's quickly take a look at their website. It's talent.com. They have softwares and services for data integration, so you will find plenty of data related to their company and products. What we would be interested would be mostly related to big data. They have commercial products as well as free open source products. Talent had over 25 million downloads. Some of their prominent customers are Citigroup, Newcastle University, Virgin Mobile Group, and Aldo. Henceforth, when we talk about Talent, it'll be the product or the tool that we are going to explore. Talent has so many things to offer that we can't possibly cover them in one or two videos. We will try to focus on one or two functionalities in each video, and we will try to be hands on and go in depth on those functionalities. Let's get started and install Talend. Now, the very first thing that you'll note is if you just go to downloads and try to download, they mostly promote their commercial product, which is valid only for 15 days, whereas you get almost similar version on the open source products listed under free products. So the one we are interested in is Open Studio for Big Data, and we can download this. So it downloads. So this is basically just Talent. Whereas if you go to their commercial products, they have integrated VMs that have other products also integrated within that VM, such as Cassandra, MongoDB, Hive, Hadoop, and plenty of other things. And that's, believe me, that's really a very good package to try it out, but that will be limited to only 15 days. You can choose what you want, but for my purpose, I'm going to download this open source version. While we wait for the download to complete, let's also explore other parts of this website. If you scroll to the bottom of this page, you have a couple of more details, including the comparison of the commercial products to the one we already downloaded. As you can see, there are some features missing, but we should be fine with it. It is pretty much everything that we need for now. So the download completed and we have this file here. Let me extract this in this folder. Now we have it extracted. So let's go in, so sort by type. So you have Windows 32 version as well as 64-bit. Let me launch the 64-bit one as my system is 64-bit. So I just want to connect to local. Okay, the first time it is asking me to restart, so I'll just restart after setting my workspace. Okay, now I can create a local project. Let me give it a name, say called test, and if you want, you can import a demo project. It will show you how the connections are and sample process and things like that. So, but in our case, we'll go create a new project. Let's say finish. Maximize. First time you land on this quick tour of Talent. Repository has the technical items listed. You can compare this to project structure. Design workspace is where you will find workflow of your jobs and all the components that you connected within the job. You can select any component or job and set their parameters in configurations tab. Palette has technical components such as connections to your data sources that you can drag and drop on your design workspace. Let's create our own project that opens this CSV file that I've created. It's a sample that has three products, their prices, and how many quantities are ordered. Um, as part of this learning, we will also create a dynamic column, the last column which says, say, revenue, and we will multiply price column with quantity ordered, and that will be a calculated column, and we'll put it back into a new CSV file. Let's see how to do that. First, let's create a new job and let's name it as CSV trans for CSV file transformation. Let's create some connections. So we go to metadata and then delimited. Under delimited, I create a new file, delimited file called source, and I click on next. I choose a file that we already saw, product sales. It's a Windows, and fields are separated by commas. And let me refresh that. It shows a preview here, so this is a very good starting point. So as you can see, product, price, and quantity ordered. This is a column header, whereas it has given its own column header. So I just check this, and I have checked this. So I preview again. This time the first row should have gone. Yep, the data looks good now. And I click on next. So this is the source I'm setting so that Talend understands what the data is. Make sure you change the price to integer, quantity ordered to integer, so that we can do a math on this. So our source is set. Now let's create a destination on the same file delimited. Create file delimited, and we give a destination CSV as a name and go to next. Click on browse, select the sales with revenue. So let me open this. It's just a simple CSV file with just a header, nothing else. This is just to simplify. Choose select Windows, then move on to next one. Select comma, separated, and UTF-8. I have a header and it is already set. I just refresh the view. It should recognize the column header. Click on next. Just change the data type to integer on all of these numeric columns so that we can do some math. Say finish. So now our destination is also set. So let's drag source. This is going to be an input file delimited. So select input. Also drag and drop destination. This time I choose output. Now between these two, I also want to do a math, right? So let's choose a tmap. Under processing, there is a tmap. I drag and drop from here. There is a small square here. Drag and drop that on tmap. So from source, all the data will be sent to tmap. From tmap, we will send it to destination, and we will connect the output of tmap to destination, and we will name it as just as output or anything you want. Say, do you want to get the schema of target component? Say yes. Now we need to do some transformation in tmap1 so that it calculates the revenue column. Let's double click on tmap. So we have revenue column on the output side, whereas it is not existing in row 1. Let's create a variable here and drag price and multiply it with quantity ordered. Drag quantity ordered. They are multiplied. Output should not be type string, it should be integer. And I drag this and drop it on revenue. That should pretty much be it. Say OK, and I run this. So I see that 0 rows transferred. So it clearly means that data is not going to tmap in the first place. Forget about the output. So I see if I come back and check the output, I see a space here. So let us fix this. How do we fix this? So we have already declared it as integer, but still it is finding space. Click on this, go to component of source, and then I need to trim all these spaces that it is finding. So I go here and there is a trim column. So I click on this, it applies it on to almost everything. So let it be applied on all of them. So now I go back to the run job and run it again. Voila, it found 3 rows and it transformed 3 rows. So let us go back to our source files and destination file and see what happened here. We found only one column. What happened to the others? Let's go back and fix our job. So data is 3 rows are coming till here. It is transforming the fourth row, but not the first three. It must be something in tmap itself. So as you see, there is no mapping between these output columns and the input. So what we'll do is drag product to product from source to destination. We will also map the quantity order to the quantity ordered in destination. We say OK and we run it again. File input delimited process. Cannot access the file because it's being used by another process. So we have opened it somewhere. Probably it should be fine. I think I've closed it already. Excel is not open anymore. Let me try it again. Yep, it did. Let's check the output now. There you have it. But what is missing? The column headers. Let's fix that too. So in the output, let's double click on this and say include header. And let's process it again. Run. Done. Oh, there is error. Some error. What is it? It's again open. Alright, there it is. Close it. Run it again. Errors. Let's go back. Check the output. There you have it. Our revenue is calculated based on price and quantity. So that was a quick introduction to Talend, some brief about the technology, the company, and then we also installed it and we saw a sample a transformation. And in the future sessions, we will explore more about various other types of connections and challenges that we will encounter in Talend.